When was the first time you were diagnosed with cancer?
In 2005, in January, they thought maybe that might be what it was, but then they really didn't diagnose me with it until later that year, which was in December of 2005.
And what kind of cancer did you have, Josephine?
Bladder cancer. And my cancer doctor told me that there was only 20 that he knew of worldwide of this particular type.
Only 20 worldwide of the bladder cancer?
Yeah.
What kind of symptoms were you having?
Beg pardon?
What kind of symptoms were you having?
Bleeding.
Bleeding?
When I had made urine, yes.
Okay. And Josephine, how long have you been in recovery?
Well, it will be 5 years, the 29th of this month.
Is bladder cancer the only cancer you have survived from, or have you been diagnosed with other kinds of cancer?
That was all, yeah. But I was diagnosed with it 3 different times. They did a biopsy of the bladder, and that was in 2006. And they said I'd have to have chemo. So I went through chemo from May of 2006 to September the 23rd. Then the following week I ended up in the hospital with a blood clot in my lower lung, which left my lung partially collapsed. And from there, then in Thanksgiving, it came back again, just on the other side of where it was at before. And that was in November, just before Thanksgiving. And then the doctor, in January, they sent me to Cleveland Clinic. And the doctor up there told me, he said, well, you've only got 2 choices. Let it go and see what happens, or take it out. And I looked at him and I said, gee, you don't give me much of a choice. So I said, take it out. So that's what they did in April 29th of 2007. And it was a 7.5-hour surgery. They took out a lot of genes and glands and just about everything. I don't have much left. So.
Were you scared when you got diagnosed with cancer? What were the thoughts going through your head?
A little bit concerned. I really wasn't scared. I mean, I've been in the medical field all my life, and I knew what to expect and, you know, what was going on. But I was a little leery. These are my last 2 grandchildren, and my oldest grandchild, or my youngest one, was 20 years old when Gracie was born. So these 2 are just like great-grandchildren, really, but they're really, right now, the only things that's keeping me going.
What are some words of wisdom maybe you could give somebody that has been diagnosed with cancer, or might be going through a low part of their life through the cancer process?
Don't let it go. If you think you might have something wrong, go get it checked out. Don't be afraid. Because if any type of cancer, if it's got soon enough, it can be cured. They've got a lot more new techniques out today than what they had even 3 or 4 years ago. They're doing a lot now with laser. So just don't be afraid. Get out there and get it done. You have to have a lot of prayers. I've had a lot of prayers for me. And of course, with the help of God, I'm still here. Like I said, I have Crohn's disease too. And back in 1967, when I was diagnosed with that, they said if I had to do surgery that night on me, they give me 75% chance I wouldn't make it. Well, that was 48 years ago. So I've got a lot of use for prayer and for the good Lord.